Hey everyone, it's Saturday. It's quite late in the morning actually. Had a bit of a lie-in. Had to go buy some more Pepsi Max because I ran out again. This time I got a 24 pack. And now I'm just working on some messages, replies and stuff like that. Hope you're all okay, by the way. How you all doing? It's a lovely day today actually. Clear blue sky. It's a bit warm-ish outside. But I think whatever the weather is like here is slightly irrelevant to what's happening in the world. But it's... I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. It's a sad world we live in, where some people think it's okay. And how some people are so lacking in understanding how wars and things like this affect oil prices. It affects gas prices. And they go, oh, well, so what? Food, clothing, all these things you buy regularly have to be transported. And if costs go up, so will the cost of the product you're buying. But I hope you're all okay. I'm not here to rant anyway. I'm not here to rant. Hey, Carapos, how you doing? How you doing, friend? You alright? Told you, didn't I? I would get that review done about cloud hosting. Hope you liked it if you've seen it already or not. Hope you liked it. Messages. What are you up to today? Anything good? Surprisingly, not a lot of people have watched the video about Elementor Cloud. I've only had 164 people watch my Elemental Cloud review. It just goes to show how small I am compared to other people. 164, is that it? I'm a bit surprised by that. I thought that video might explode and I'll get tons of views for it, but just 164. That's quite low, right? 164 is quite low, I have to say. I'm surprised by that. I wonder why. I wonder why a lot of people don't want to watch it. I think unless the Elemental people stick it on their, like, you know when they do that weekly newsletter? Unless they do something like that. I can kind of understand. That's a pity. I was hoping more people would watch it. Hey Sahadaf. Is it Sahadaf? Sahadaf? Make sure I get that right. How you doing? Where you working, Sardaf? Where are you from? Where are you from? Anything good today? By the way, my light looks a little bit funny today because I've switched all these lights off behind me. My window's open, so I'm getting sunlight, but I've dropped the ISO of my phone, so I'm not getting a big blur effect, but it looks alright. It looks alright. God, what have I done to my hair now? What have I done to my hair? I think that's alright. Bangladesh. Do you work on websites, WordPress, Elementor? Do you have a favourite tool you like to use? I was going to say lose, but I meant use. Just got to check someone's website and Responsonator. Hey, Stoner. The sun, yeah, it's like this. It's weird. All of a sudden, clear blue sky. Spring is here. Kyle, how to optimize for cron jobs on different hosting? I'm not an expert on stuff like that. Cron. I'll have to have a read about it. If I think it's easy for me to do, I'll do it. If it takes me long to understand, I won't do it. No props, Carl. Cheers for that. I'm an expert on lazy. Do you mean lazy as in lazy life stoner? I mean, you say stoner for life, so I think you must be lazy anyway. Your name says it. I'm UK. Born and raised in the UK. I don't go on holiday much, but I'm from the UK. That's why I have a very balanced way of life. I'm accepting of all people. Just going to blow my nose to put this on mute. Not that anyone wanted to see me blow my nose, but, you know, it happens. It happens. With difficulty, Carl, if I'm honest. Sometimes I get to bed quite late, 1 a.m. in the morning. And there's still stuff I wanted to get done today I've not got done. Like when I do these live chats, my productivity does drop. But I then turn it around and say, well, actually, my productivity drops. However, by engaging and building trust in a community with people, that's actually a gain. That's a good thing. People are more likely to subscribe, to watch, to join in, to share the videos, to comment, to let people know, hey, yeah, you're struggling. Yeah, watch this guy's videos. It's a bit of a, there's got to be a positive outcome of it. But it's like in the mornings I get up, before I get out of bed, I'm checking my Facebook, my Twitter, my YouTube messages, my emails. Right, what have I got to work on today? Is there anything urgent I've got to deal with? We've got 4 clients. I've got another client who called me yesterday who now wants to work with us again. So I've got to call them up on Monday. So that's potentially 5 clients. 2 jobs we're nearly closing off. One we're starting and another one will probably start the week after. So you literally just got to juggle things around. What I do, though, is, the videos on my YouTube channel, right? At the moment, I've got videos scheduled until the 19th of April. The 19th of April. Which means if I did not record another video for 2 weeks, videos are still going out. Can you believe that? There are videos uploaded, ready to go out. I do things in advance. So if I have to work solidly on the web design side of things, I could do that. But yeah, Carl, loyal following, that's what it's about, trust and all that. But time, yeah, I mean, I'll share one day what my methods are. So I have downstairs in my other study room, I have a magnetic board. I don't use spreadsheets anymore or apps. I have a magnetic board with loads of little magnets. I bought a pack of magnets and I cut them all in half. And I have Monday to Sunday for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I write on the magnet and stick it up. So I can look at my board and go, right, I'm doing that. I'm recording 3 Elementor videos today. And that'll be me for the week then sorted out. I'm going to contact this client. I'm going to do this, work on that. I use Publer for social media. Publer is free for 5 social media accounts. I do 1 post. I send. It goes to LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Like that. I only do it to 4, but that's it. You do it once and it goes off to 4. This is super, super good. An efficient way of doing social media to many platforms. Australia Stoner, yeah. I know they're really tight on their security, which is good as well. Haha. You see, I'm lucky. I'm very bad at charging my phone, Stoner, but because my phone is connected to my MacBook, so I'm using my phone. Hello, this is my phone. It's my webcam. Because it's connected to my MacBook, while it's in use, it's being charged. So when I do the live chats, that's the only time I charge my phone. Can you believe it? That's it. I don't even charge my phone. I just connect up, do this, and it's charging. Hey, Mark. I'm just going through all my messages, and I'm going to start looking at that construction stuff just to see what we've got. What's the end game? The end game really, I think, for everyone is to have loads of recurring income. You want to have lots of recurring income, whether it's passive or whatever, coming in, so you're not always working 24/7. When you're self-employed, people sort of go, oh yeah, you don't have to work for a boss. You're probably doing twice the number of hours, 3 times the number of hours you normally would do in a day job. Bank holidays, weekends, it all becomes a blur. You're just working to get things done. And it's like I was saying to my wife earlier. She goes, oh, you're working again today. And I had to remind her, the digital world does not stop at 4 p.m. on Friday. The digital world is 24/7. So if you're like one of those people that goes, oh, well, it's Friday night now and the weekend, I'm not going to do no social media. I'm not going to put any videos out. I'm not going to engage or whatever. You know, what is that? 2 days? 2 days out of 7? What's that as a percent? 25. It's not 25, but I don't know. I can't even do my maths now. But anyway, say 28%. 28% lost potential of engagement. So you just got to do it. But the end game is to build up. You want to get to a point where you got a lot of passive or recurring income, whereby you don't have to always search or find or have clients. You don't have to always put yourself out there. Successful businesses are able to just keep generating some form of income, even when there's dip in trade or whatever. That's what you really want to be getting to. Are you in Northern Ireland? What's the average cost of a house in Northern Ireland? I've never actually looked at Northern Ireland on Rightmove or anything like that. What's the average cost down there? So what you're saying, Rasper, are you saying that something like Cookie Pro or Cookie Bot can speed up? Because cookie plugins and cookie bots are so annoying because they can knock 20-25% off your page speed score, can't they? They can knock them down. So bloody annoying. So if anyone knows of a really, really good cookie bot or a cookie something which does not hit the page speed score, please let us know. I'd love to test it out. Hey Bomana, have you been watching the recent videos, Bomana? So I did one about Elementor Cloud, and I also did one about well, it just came out today actually. Don't build a site with Elementor until you follow these steps, and it's talking about your section, your columns, your page speed, all of that stuff. Make sure you watch it. Carl, rents are between £400 to £700 a month. That's not bad. I think UK's are well over 1,000 now in a lot of places. I mean, there's a lot of the houses near us. They're like the rents are like 1,400 a month, and I'm like, damn. I mean, I've managed to get our mortgage down to £548 a month now, with a lot of overpayments and stuff here and there, and I've managed to get that down, so that's really, really good. But if I knew I had to pay £1,400, £1,400, God, that's a lot of money, isn't it? I don't know if it would be cheaper just to rent a room in a hotel. I don't know. Yeah, watch that one, okay? Because, look, this is what I say about the Elementor Cloud, okay? And I'm just going to get the link again for it, okay? This is what I want to say about that. For you as a business, if you've already got your website set up with your hosting, I don't think you need to worry about... Woo, that's the video on YouTube coming up. I just got to cancel that. Okay, so if you've already got your website, okay, you don't need to worry about Elementor Cloud. But if you've got a client who has or has not got a domain, but they haven't sorted out their hosting, and they're going to use Elementor Pro, you could throw this in. So this could be part of their maintenance package even, maybe, kind of thing. Or you explain to them that, you know, your hosting is part of your website and all of that. Yes, it keeps them tied into Elementor Pro, but it doesn't keep them tied into Elementor Pro as well, because it's a WordPress website. So you could download the website, export it, and import it elsewhere. You could do that. There's nothing to stop you. All-in-one migration does work, by the way, on there. I've tested it. It works. So you could do that. Or you could, yes, you could do that. But the Elementor Cloud as a solution, $99. You get the Elementor Pro license, and it's $50 for cloud hosting. And the live chat, you got to watch the video, is pretty good. It's pretty good. So I'll tell you, Samir, why I only do Elementor. So like you've said, why only Elementor? You're also interested in bricks. But then what happens is you could say, well, what about Divi? What about Webflow? What about Oxygen, Shopify, Wix, Squarespace? There's so many different solutions. I prefer to stick with Elementor because if I try to learn everything, every time there's a new update, or let's say I've built a website for 20 clients and nearly every single one of them is with different builders, your brain gets a little bit confused with what can I do in Elementor, and what can I do in Divi, and what can I do in Squarespace, and what can I do in Webflow. Your brain starts to blur a little bit with capabilities. And by me sticking with Elementor, I know what plugins I'm using, I know what solutions I've got, I know when I'm going to have to do a bit of coding or not, or whatever like that. So I'd rather be a master of one than spreading myself too thin. So in the old days, we're going back 25, 24 years ago, I would quite happily, learn different tools. But then what happens is you start to go, well, which is your preferred tool? So I have a preferred brand when I buy DIY tools. I like to buy Apple products when I do stuff. I don't like to mix Windows and Apple and stuff like that. I have, there will be certain stuff you buy where there are many solutions, but you always go for one type. I always buy my clothing from River Island. I could buy my clothes anywhere. Why do I always go to River Island? I could go to Next or wherever, Topman, whatever. Because I like their style and their brand. I've got nothing against the other shops, but it's what I like to do. So for me, it's like, by me just focusing on Elementor, I get to focus on the good, the bad, and the ugly of that. But I have nothing against any other solution. And if you would prefer to do others, do it. If you're an expert in Shopify as well, do it. Go for it. I'm not clever enough. My brain could not handle doing too many solutions. I think I would just collapse and crumble. Like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz. I'm melting. No, so Kyle, Seraphonite, we've only used on one website. I've only used it on one. All of the websites, so this is an answer for Kyle, all of the websites I do auto-optimize. Nearly all the websites we use auto-optimize. And here's the video for that, okay? Let me just put the sound down on this. There you go. Because the YouTube keeps playing sound, doesn't it? So, Kyle, we use Auto-Optimize, which is free. It is free. Okay, we use that. So, Razva, if we rename plugins with a plugin like WP Hide and Security Answer, we still need to update often. I'm not sure why you would want to rename the plugin, though. I don't know, and I would say I wouldn't do that. I think it's too risky. There's always some vulnerabilities or some issues with plugins, hacks or whatever. And I would say my recommendation is don't go changing the name of your plugin because you may regret it. Okay? It's not worth it. It's seriously not worth it. I wouldn't do it. Don't do anything that's going to get you worried. I came across the OMGF plugin, one of its game changer. I have to be honest, though. You know the OMGF plugin, Kyle? On a couple of sites, I had an issue with it. So when there was an Elementor update, not Elementor, WordPress update, 5.9 and 5.91, the OMGF went a bit funny, a tiny bit funny, and I had to uninstall it and then reinstall it. So what I'm saying is, you might need to just have a think about. I mean, to be honest, it is very lightweight and it does its job and it's good at what it does. So I would say there is nothing wrong with doing that, honestly. But what I now say is, if you've got the time, custom load the fonts in. It's safer. It is safer, but that was only 2 sites. And it was funny because I had other sites that had OMGF and they were fine. So I don't know if it was just a luck. It just so happened. Yeah. But if you've got the time, I mean, I would say because OMGF identifies your fonts and you know what you're using. Here's my big recommendation and the video I released today, okay? Anyone who's not watched it, you must watch this video, okay? This video, I'm sharing it with you again, right? Watch this, okay? Right? What you do is you create your homepage. You create your homepage, your header, your page, whatever. You create your homepage, right? By that point, you now know what your primary font is, not font, your subheader, and the body. You know what your fonts are. Custom load them. Once you've worked out your homepage, custom load them. Once you've custom loaded them, go back into your header and your page and make sure you've picked the custom font. If you picked Railway and then you load Railway, you got to go back into your typography and make sure you pick custom font Railway. All right, just because you loaded it, it doesn't swap it. You go, oh, but I picked Railway. No, you got to swap it. Once you've done that, then you do the other pages. Right? Does that make sense? I mean, if you've built an entire website, doing it afterwards is a pain. But if you sort out your fonts early on, and then you custom load them, you're looking at about half an hour, not even that. It's about 15 minutes of your time. It means you save yourself a plugin. You save yourself potential conflicts as well. But OMGF is fine. But I've now started saying, actually, you know what? I'll do my header. I'll do like the first two sections. Because by that point, you know your fonts. And then I go, right, stop. Custom load them. Make sure I adjust it. And then I carry on with the rest of the page. No, not use Google Sheets to store orders, no. I've heard about it, but I haven't gone down that road of doing that. I love it when people contact me on Facebook and there's tons of direct messages and they're going, what about this, what about this, what about this? And I keep advising them, right, you need to do this, do this, do this. And then I said to them, look, if you want any further help, you got to pay for it. And then they disappear. And I go, all right, fine. Can't have everything for free. Yeah, you too, Carl. Have a good one. All right, take care. Hope the weather's good for you as well. Well, stays good, but take care. Emails. Lots of emails. Oh yeah, I need to reply to them. I need to reply to them as well. Hey Jimmy, bonjour. How you doing? You too, Rasva. Take care. Someone has sent me a page speed insight thing, and they're saying their scores are horrendous. I don't know why they're getting that on their website. Let me check their website. So someone is running page speed insights and they're getting no results on their page. Now, there could be various reasons for that, and I think it's because of their pop-up. I think it's due to their pop-up. I'm going to say run it again without your pop-up. Run it again without your pop-up. Run it again without your pop-up. Because what's happening is someone's got a website and it's got content. When they run page speed insight, it's saying fail, fail, fail. Everything is not showing any results. And I think that's because when you go to their website, a pop-up opens, and I think that pop-up is just knocking everything out, because that's what's loading up. So I think they need to just disable that and test again and make the decision. Do they need that instant pop-up? Websites that have an instant pop-up the minute you go and the page goes, there's an overlay and there's a pop-up. I hate that. I really hate that. You're in the metro. Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. Ha! You can't miss the live. We need to start selling tickets for this. I'm still trying to find the most cost-effective way that I can stream this on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and TikTok and whatever and Instagram in one go. The trouble is that a lot of these apps, Restream, StreamYard, all of them, if you want to get 1080p high def quality, you've got to pay quite a premium. And I'm not being tight here, but I'm sorry, but I'm not paying 20-30 quid a month just to stream to multiple outlets. And people might say, yeah, but you're missing an audience. Yeah, but it's 20-30 pounds, right? And the quality isn't even 1080p. You know when they say on Restream and StreamYard, yeah, 1080p. I've tried it with Restream. We tried it in November, and then I cancelled it. Because they promised, yeah, if you upgrade, you get full high def, 1080p. I only streamed to one location, not 4. Couldn't get 1080p. Oh, yeah, that's because of buffering and whatever. Then why say upgrade to 1080p if it's not 1080p? Like right now, I know YouTube, when I stream, it's not full 1080p. I know that. But it's free for me to stream. I'm not paying 30, 40 quid. I think it was £40 from memory now. I think it was 40. But it's not even high def. Hey, Sandra, I have an e-commerce site hosted on VPS. How can I use the e-commerce email service in that VPS? Have you got email set up, though, with your domain? That's my first question. Because, Sandra, you'd have to check. Sandra, sorry. Have you got email set up under your domain or with your host? Sorry, not your host, because you got it there, but it needs to be set up via your domain. You got to join the mastery, people. The membership mastery. That's where it's all happening. The mastery membership, okay, for anyone that does not know this, okay, is where we have a private Facebook group. We have site reviews. We share information. We have regular get-togethers, not physically, but, online group. Going over client experiences. Maybe you've got a new job coming. Maybe you're struggling to do something, or you just want an opinion. But it's also the mentoring and the coaching. So think of it like the more focused way, the most focused approach than when I'm doing this, where we're very honest, but rather than it just being group, we can talk directly one-to-one if we need to as well. So just going back to Sandra's before I talk about everyone else. Domain is Cloudflare. DNS records. Yeah, you've done all that. You might need to speak to your host because you have to add in an MX, M for Michael, X for X-ray, MX record. And then as long as it's linked to your domain, you'll have an email address which you would then drop into your WooCommerce settings where you have email integration or whatever they call it. Exactly what Mark said. It's like gym membership. It is. You have all these tools at your disposal. We share templates, we share web proposals, we share contracts that we use, the step-by-step checklist that we go through when we take on a new client or website. business models, signature offering, sales funnel, empathy, ideal client, even tips on how to get the most out of pinned interest. So Bomana, what are the 3 mistakes that you have done in the beginning of your web development journey? The biggest mistake, I can tell you the big mistake you might be making, Bomana. So I'll mention your mistake first, and then I'll talk about the 3 we did. The mistake you're making at the moment is on your profiles, you're saying you're an Elementor expert and you do high converting websites. Can you back that up? And I've said this already, okay? So don't put a statement in that you cannot back up, okay? So be careful of that. The 3 mistakes we made is, number 1, not getting out there more. So not building a community or engaging with our niche groups on Facebook and LinkedIn. I should have been doing this with LinkedIn from the get-go. You know, we could go back years, we should have been doing it. I'm doing it a lot more now, and it's what I advise a lot of you to do. So not using social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, niche groups. The second thing we did wrong was we kind of didn't identify our niche. So problem 1 and problem 2 will go hand in hand, but problem 2 was we did not identify our niche. We build websites. What kind of website? What area are you focusing on? So you got to identify your niche. Good one, Bomana, for updating. So what is your niche? What is your area that you're going to focus on? Last week, someone said, yeah, I build e-commerce websites. What niche? Oh, they're all different. I go, what? Trainers, groceries, pharmaceuticals, shops? What niche? Because once you identify your niche, you can start to engage with the right audience and market, and you will be able to show that you build certain types of websites. The third thing we did wrong. What was the third thing we did wrong? Let me think about that. There's definitely a third. The third one was we said yes. The third thing we did wrong was we said yes to whoever wanted us to do a website. You want this? Yeah, we'll do it for you. Without stopping to think and go, can we do it? And when you realise that you can't properly do it, or you got to find another solution, the amount of stress you bring onto yourself is huge. Huge, the amount of stress. Sleepless nights, worrying, getting things wrong, trying new things, and then realizing, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that, should have done this. And the other thing about saying yes is the person you're going to work with is an absolute pain in the ass. Don't care who they are, male, female, whoever. Don't care where they're from, what their name is, what they wear, what they like to be. I don't care. Everyone is unique, but you know that this person who's getting you to build a website is going to treat you like crap. Just because they've paid you, they will say, you're going to do what I want, and you're going to change it when I want. And I don't care if you're waiting on me to get you stuff. I got it for you now, get on with it. You're just left kind of like cringing, and you don't want to work with them, but you accepted it, you're obligated, and because I don't want to say desperate, but you needed the income, you wanted the work. Now, I really do say that it's better to say no, save the stress, and wait a week or two to get a better client, where you build a better relationship. You're probably going to get a better review, and they hopefully will refer you. Whereas the one who made you sweat, are they going to give you a review? Are they going to recommend you? And even if they did recommend you, would you want to work with anyone that was their friend or family after experiencing what they were like? So you always got to think about that. Hey, Jimmy, yeah, you get that computer sorted, all right? I don't know what you want to do to invest in it. I don't know, what are you after, a spare USB port? But you get that computer invested and we'll see you. So, Sandra, what is your opinion on beef? I don't know what the beef framework is. I honestly don't know what the beef framework is. Can you elaborate? I'm going to do a search for it here. What's the beef framework? What's the beef framework? Oh, right. A tool to exploit browsers. No, I don't know much about that. I'll be honest, I don't know much about that in terms of exploitation browsers. I mean, I'm planning to do a bit of research and then do a video soon on WordPress security. I'm leaning towards WordFence more, mainly because you can get it for free. But I do want to do a check on that. Yeah, that's the other thing what Mark said as well. Not updating Elementor Pro at the beginning. So first few websites, in fact, first 4 or 5, Elementor free, and then 4 extra plugins for the header footer. We're using Astra as well. And then you're using happy add-ons, premium add-ons, essential add-ons, or whatever. And then you get plugin conflict, or something doesn't work right, or your website speed just plummets because you've got all this stuff going on. And then by the 5th or 6th website, Elementor Pro, hello. I mean, we've built over 80 websites, and there's only 2. Forget the early ones, because they were early, right? The first 4 or 5. But there's only 2 websites that have extra stuff on. Well, 4 of them don't use hello because they're my listing theme directory. That's a different story. But 2 websites where we used premium add-ons for a couple of widgets because it was too much of a hassle. We just couldn't do it in Elementor Pro. So we've got over 80 websites with just Elementor Pro and hello. So when I see people and they get me to look at their website and there's nothing special, and I don't mean that in a rude way, it's just normal. And they've got happy add-ons, essential add-ons, and I'm going, why? Oh, because I wanted to do X. You could do that in Elementor Pro. It's there. You just change the setting. Reduce the risk. Unless you really need it, okay? You really, really need it. Jimmy, main mistake on the first website was to add 1 plugin for every function I needed. Yeah, that's what we were like, Jim. That's what we were like very early on. MacBook. Do you know what, Jimmy? I am going to say this, though. I've got a MacBook Air M1. Brilliant. Is there a reason you're going for the Pro? And I'm not trying to say don't get it, but the Air is cheaper than the Pro. But the only good thing about the Pro, I think, is it's got more ports, hasn't it? So in a way, that's kind of good, I suppose. But I could definitely recommend the hub I use from Amazon. It's 24 quid. Of all the hubs I've used or tested, it's brilliant. For HDMI, USB, Ethernet, and an extra USB-C port. It's really, really good. So Sandra, if someone opened my beef website, I can just hook their browser and get all the information saved. Yeah, you see, I don't... I've not looked into that. I mean, I'm not a programmer by trade kind of thing, so... I'm probably the worst person to talk about the beef framework and anything like that. I love eating beef. I love my beef. I love my minced beef. I love my cheeseburgers. Yum, 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 yum. And I had KFC last night. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Spicy chicken wings. I love spice. Sometimes I just order the 10 spicy chicken wings, which is about $8.99, and you get a couple of sides, whatever. But 10 spicy chicken wings, cool. They are not. They're not even that spicy, but oh, they are nice. Oh, they are nice. Oh. Jimmy. Going for the Pro because I'm going to extend my goals. Oh, okay. Adobe After Effects. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, M1 Pro. Sounds like a good decision. You're going to love it. I mean, let me just put this up to the mic. if you can hear anything, and that'll be the room. There's always a humming noise in your house room. You never know where it comes. There's always like something. But this, I'm holding it up. There's no noise at all, except when I click. And when you're recording videos, or you're doing chats or anything like that, it makes a big, big difference to your video quality. Because no matter what software you use, if you've got a humming noise from your Windows or whatever Mac you got, old one, you can do hum reduction, but it will always get picked up. There will always be a... And that's why a lot of people sometimes have background music when they do videos. Did you know this? They sometimes have it on because they're trying to hide the fact that there's a noise in the background. Yeah, I mean, when I got this, because the very first time I started doing videos, I used the my Surface Pro. And it was great at recording, editing, the works. It was great. But that noise... I never released those videos. And then that weekend, I remember going, what can I do? And everyone was going, oh, do this, do that, put the machine really far away. And I was like, what? This is big. This is a more big bit of a hassle, isn't it? And then I remember the M1, and people were talking about how it is silent. Watched loads of videos on it, and yeah, it worked. So in terms of quality recording, it's super, super good. Right. Dun, 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 dun. Do you know what? I have to say, I am quite surprised. I am a little bit surprised that the video I've done about the Elementor Cloud has only got 166 views in the last 16 hours. And people were asking me for it left, right, and centre. So is it because people don't care? I don't get it. What's happening? But in a way, WP Tuts did do his review, but WP Tuts does mention a few things that I've actually found are not completely true. WooCommerce works fine. Page speed, you have to watch the video, but it's actually okay. It's fine. There's no issue. Tiny issue, but you'd have the same issue on any bit of, to be honest, solution or whatever you use. Yeah, no, watch it when you can, Jimmy. I mean, I am now of the opinion that we have a lot of clients that have no domain and no host. So here's my big tip, okay? Make sure you're listening, everyone. Here's my big tip for Elementor Cloud. If they have not got a domain and no hosting, and they are going to use Elementor Pro, right? And it's $99, remember, okay, for a year. You get the domain on Zoho.com. Zoho.com is about $10 a year for your domain. That's kind of about, that's the right kind of price. Why am I telling you to get it on Zoho.com? Because they have an ultra cheap email add-on for your domain, right? The email is free, up to 5 gigabytes. But if the person wants to be able to access the email on their phone or their computer, so they need the POP or the IMAP settings, when you do Outlook or Mail or whatever, you need to pay, let me get this right, it's about £12 or $12 roughly a year. It's about $12 a year when you do the conversion, I think. I think it's about that. No, it might be not that. I think it's $10. It's $10 a year. So for $20 a year, they get email and you get your domain. That's not bad. That is not bad. And then for $99 extra, you get Elementor Pro and your cloud hosting, blah, 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 blah. Right? So for $120, it's not even 120, it's 117, I think it works out to. But for $120, Elementor Pro, cloud hosting, right? Live chat built into your WordPress. Did you know this? You can live chat to support within WordPress. You don't have to be in the cloud. You can be in just WordPress on your website. You can do that. Domain hosting, email, and everything. So if you've got a client, it's not a bad deal. I mean, yeah, you could get it. You could say, yeah, but I can get domain and hosting for blah blah blah. From 123reg or SiteGround or wherever. Yes, you can. But then you have to add on the $49 for Elementor Pro, unless you give them one of your licenses as part of a maintenance plan. So, what makes more economical sense? Right? So, I don't think it's a bad thing. I really, really don't. So if I've got clients who have not got that, I don't think it's a bad thing. So I know you did, Jimmy. I know you went through like an epic trawl of the videos. So Chingy, what are your thoughts on reseller hosting from companies like SiteGround? Okay, here's my opinion about reselling hosting. Okay, you got SiteGround, HostGator, GoDaddy, all of these things, right? Then there's you, and you get a reseller account, and you get a special rate, whatever. Then you got the customer, right? So this is a screwdriver, because I was fixing one of my plugs yesterday. Here's the customer, the screwdriver. Here's you, right? And let me just pick up my phone case. No, let me get another pen. Here we go. Let's get another pencil, crayon from my son, whatever. Right, here's SiteGround, right? Okay, yeah, you're making a profit, they get what they want, and they get a profit. Great. There's a problem. There is now a problem with the website. They're going to come to you. They expect you to fix it, but you're probably going to go to them to fix it. And what if they can't fix it? Well, there's a problem. What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? And this is where I feel like it starts to get very muddy with when issues occur. So we have never done reselling because it sounds great, but I also think at the same time there could be problems as well. And what if your server, what if like here's you again and here's SiteGround, they change something. They do something to change what they're doing with the backups or the pricing or something, right? Servers can change. Becomes your problem. About 4 or 5 months ago, or it might have been more recent, SiteGround changed their servers. So before you had a bit of code you put it in, now it was all ns1.siteground, ns2.siteground. They changed it. Because we were using them, we had to change it on some of our websites. Not a massive problem, but it could have been a problem. So if you want to do that, do it. But in a way, you're the middleman. Customer, SiteGround, then there's you. You're the middleman. But you don't have full control. So I would rather now don't offer hosting. We'll tell them to do cloud hosting or go elsewhere, right? And the support is the maintenance we will do on the website, the backups or stuff like that, helping to look after it. However, we will make it clear to them that we are not in control of the server. And this is where the Elementor Cloud, I think, is pretty good. Because you or the customer can now, there's a problem, the backup didn't work, the server is slow, whatever. You've got live chat. I tested it 3 times. One of the times it took them a minute to get to speak to me. Another time it took 4 minutes, but it was 11:30 p.m. at night. 11:30 p.m. I don't know where they're based, but 4 minutes. And then I did it again the next day. 10 seconds. Can you explain this? 10 seconds. Boom. Yep. And it wasn't automated. It was someone speaking to me. Not speaking, but live chat. That, for me, is worth it. And rather than you now using a third-party hosting provider, you're hosted by someone who knows Elementor, who knows the good and the bad, the ugly. The only separate things you've got to watch out for, and that's why you've got to watch my video on the cloud, is the domain and the email. You're going to get caught out by the email. None of the other people that have done reviews have even touched that. I investigated and found a solution. Watch the video. Watch the video, okay? Hey, Wally. How are you? Exactly what Jimmy says. You know, resell, it sounds easy and too many people do it. But the minute something goes wrong, your client is not going to give a damn when you go, oh, yeah, but it's a third party. You know, they bought it off you. So you now have to sort it out. It becomes your responsibility. You've now bought into the franchise. But with Elementor Cloud, if you make clear to them, right, WordPress website, on the cloud, with their live chat, and you get an Elementor Pro license. If you decide to leave and take your website elsewhere, fine. Your website would be downloaded. You'll have to pay us to do it. We won't do it for free. If we're doing maintenance, you download it, and you take it elsewhere. But then you have to get your separate Elementor Pro license. And if they say to you, yeah, but you know, GoDaddy, it's like whatever cost, fine. Does that include SSL? Does that include backups? Right? You know, all of that. I'll tell you one thing I didn't check, and I better go and check it now. Does Elementor Cloud allow staging sites? From memory, I don't think it does. I need to check that now. I've just suddenly my brain's just gone, oh yeah, I forgot to check staging sites. But if you make it clear to them what they're getting, and if they decide to leave, this is what happens. But you're making clear at that point, you're not the server. You're the maintainer. You're the one that will help answer some questions or help them for a price. But you're not the server. So if the website goes down, or there's a problem, backups, whatever, via the maintenance, you're happy to get involved, but it's not on you to fix it. Because you're not the server. But if you're a reseller, you're going to have to fix it. Does that make sense, Chingy? Has that changed your opinion at all? Or made you think differently? I prefer to be prudent and risk averse. I prefer to say, what is the risk? What is the problem? Can I get out of it? Can I solve it? Or am I going to be there staring at a broken wall because I took a hammer and I didn't think about the damage it's going to cause? Web font load icons. Yes. Okay, mate. I'll tell you what you do. Have you got, Wally, asset cleanup plugin? Load asset cleanup plugin. It's pretty lightweight, really, what it does. Asset cleanup plugin. Right? Asset cleanup. And then I think it's one of the first tabs, the settings or something. Something like that. Somewhere on there it will say preload fonts. Right? Preload fonts. You copy the address for your e-icons WAF because you get the address in PageSpeed Insight, right? You dump it in there. Boom. Regenerate, purge your site, purge your server. Check again. And the problem will be gone. Asset cleanup, my friend, okay? Because I've had that same problem, and I used to go, whoa, what's going on here? I'm not even loading Font Awesome. What's going on here? Asset cleanup, all right? So asset cleanup, okay? Asset cleanup. I think I mentioned it in our 2022 optimization video. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in... No, I'm pretty sure I do mention it in there. In fact, I'll tell you if I mention it in there. Let me find it. And I'll tell you the timestamp as well so you can see it. You should know this video by heart, Wally. I'm very, you bad man. Yeah, here you go. Look. Right, let me get you the timestamp for this video, all right? Starter timestamp. There we go. Right. So, right, here you go. Watch this, Wally. There you go, Wally. There's the video. And I've timestamped it for you. So when you click it, it will take you to the bit of the video to do with icons. In fact, you can do it in Auto-Optimize. Sorry, I forgot. You can actually do it in Auto-Optimize. You don't need to do it in Asset Cleanup. That was my brain overthinking it. Auto-Optimize. There you go. Go for it, all right? Go for it. Da-da-da. That's all you got to do, mate. Right, so there you go. Solutions. Why do I have a solution? Because it's the same problem everyone else has, but I like to find a solution. Right, so watch that video. There you go. Try that, okay? But you got to make sure you regenerate, purge your site, purge your server, really forcing the refresh, okay? When you do that, you can feel a spot coming. You go, oh no, I don't want a spot there. But do that, and that should feed it through, okay? I hope that works for you, all right? I really hope that works for you. In fact, I'm going to let some other people know about this as well. What you gonna do with a drunken sailor? What you gonna do with a drunken sailor? What you gonna do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Ooh, ah, and up she rises. Ooh, ah, and up she rises. Ooh, ah, and up she rises early in the morning. I bet someone's going to tell me now we're not allowed to sing that song. I bet someone's going to say, under cancel culture, that song's not allowed. You can't sing that. You can't call him a drunken sailor. Who is rising? Who is she? I bet you're not allowed to sing that. I don't even know. Maybe you're not. So if you're not, I'm sorry, but I don't know. And then someone will say, just to say you do not know is not good enough either. Ignorance is no defense. I don't know. You're not allowed to sing it. Someone tell me. I'm still... and I have to say, Jimmy, I can't give away too much, right? But I'm going to speak to the gods of Elementor on Monday. Monday. And just to see how many free Elementor accounts can I get off them. Because if I can get a few, I will offer them in a contest. And there's going to be no favoritism here. So no one can say, oh, but please, look, we always talk. Can I have it? It has to be an open contest, okay? I'm surprised Auto-Optimize slowed you down, Wally. I'm surprised. On nearly every website I use, it works. But you see, here's the thing you see. I always feel like that when you add optimization plugins after you've started building a website, you might think that's causing the problem, but there might be something else, and it becomes difficult to pinpoint. But that's why the video I released today, which is do not use Elementor until you watch this video. It talks about how you get your optimization in right at the start and you test right at the start. So the minute your score goes like that, you know why, okay? Wow, CPU usage 100%. What? No, Jimmy, no. Well, to be honest, Jimmy, if like once I decide on what the contest is, I will say to people, look, if you're entering but you don't want to win, please do let me know, because I don't mind letting the audience know that Jimmy was first place, but he's decided not to take the prize. Therefore, we're going to go down to second, third, fourth. I don't know how many accounts I can get, but I'm hoping I can get quite a few, because I think that would be quite exciting as a promotion, really. I think that'd be quite good. I think that would be a really good little competition. Because if you say to people, hey, you can win an Elementor Pro license, that gets quite a bit of traction. People do come for it. But if you say you're going to get Elementor Pro and the cloud hosting for a year, it will only be for a year. After that, you got to pay for it. However you pay for it is up to you, right? That's up to you. That becomes your problem. But for a year, so some people, a business, freelancer, someone, or just someone who's trying it out, but they don't want to pay the $99 to just try it out. It's not a bad offer, I think. In fact, it's a super offer. I've got to fit. Oh dear. Got to. Got to help someone out, upload their website. I wish I never agreed to this. Now I really don't, because I said I'd help someone out. Such a lovely day at the moment. And I have, other than looking at the news this morning, I'm not looking at the news again, because I just feel like every time I watch it, there's always something else, and it's just, it's too worrying. It's too worrying. You know, I'm not just worried about fighting and lives and people, all that. I'm also worried about the knock-on impact on petrol and gas prices, because that will affect every other business out there that delivers shopping, food, you know, stuff like that, goods. Yeah, Chingy, perspective on reseller, middleman, not in full control. Exactly, do you know what I mean? Because I'll tell you what, in the last 12 months, okay, Elementor has had an issue. Not Elementor, sorry, wrong. Scratch that. SiteGround has had an issue with their emails. So if anyone sent an email to you, or you try to send an email out from the email which is with the SiteGround hosting, it got caught as spam. And that happened twice in the last 12 months. And it affected everyone worldwide that used SiteGround. And they fixed it within 3 to 4 hours. They did fix it eventually. However, in those 3 to 4 hours, you lost emails, order emails, notifications. It affected some of our clients. Luckily, they were able to get you know, for WooCommerce, you just go to your orders and they were able to see what was going on. So the problem was averted. Not averted, but able to manage it. But if you imagine you're a reseller and that happens, your client's going to come to you. And if you go, well, I don't know, because you don't know, you've got to check with SiteGround or GoDaddy or HostGator or IONS, 20i, whoever you're using. That is a bunch of stress you don't need. You know, because when emails go down, when a website goes down, that's a big problem. But when emails go down, it's even bigger. Because you might not have been getting that many emails from your website anyway. So you might go, oh, all right, yeah, okay, let's get it sorted. Get it back online. But if you're using that email account to speak to people, providers, suppliers, contacts, whatever, when your email goes down, it's the same as when you lose your phone or your Wi-Fi goes down. Because there might be something important that you miss. And when you miss it, you miss it. So my recommendation is reseller accounts. It's up to you, but I think I'm glad that you're thinking now. Maybe not a great idea. Right, let's just go. I've got to log into a GoDaddy account for someone. I can't believe this. Because I need to not import their website. I need to export it somewhere. But the trouble... Oh, I'll do that later now for them. So someone's moved their website from SiteGround to GoDaddy. But when GoDaddy have migrated, all of the images are blank. None of the images have come over. So I've said, luckily for you, I took a backup of your website before you did that. So I'm now going to try and re-import, but I'm just a bit worried that could be more damage than good. But we just got to see. Maintenance packages, Chingy. Okay. Maintenance packages. Right. Okay. It might include an Elementor Pro license. It might include 3 minor revisions per month. Define what is a revision. So it's not a brand new page. It might be just the odd tweak here and there. It might be ensuring that backups are occurring. It might be checking for updates. So when a website updates, whether it's WordPress, Elementor, if they've got any auto enables done or whatever, you're going to go in and check they're all okay. It might be, let me think here. What else? Yeah, that's mainly it. And let's say you charged £50 or $50 a month. That is $600 a year. But what you say to them is if you pay up front now, you can either pay $50 a month per month and you can stop at any time. But if you pay $500 now, so that's a $100 discount. Well, sorry, that I've just told you it. If you pay now, you get a $100 discount, so we'll do it for $500 instead of $600. Does that make sense, Jinky? Right, I'm just going to go in and sort something out, and I will be back in 5 minutes, okay? I'm going to put here, back in 5 mins, okay? My phone will still be on here. I'm not disappearing, I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm back. Just want to go get this as well. Check up on my son. Hey Gerald, how you doing? So what Jimmy just said, create a test website, a page, just experiment. It's what you got to do, and you learn more by experimenting, or when you create a section in Elementor, you use some of their blocks, like a hero block or a call to action block or whatever, and you experiment with it. Look at what they did. Look at the margins, look at the padding, look at the layout, the columns, the content. And then you go, well, what if I do this and what if I do that? And you can do it. Don't worry, Gerald. We all started with no experience of Elementor. And when I look back at some, like, say, the first 3 or 4 websites we built, I go, oh, I wish I'd done that differently. Oh, did I really do that? But the more experience you get, the better you get. And that's the truth. It's like writing. You know, you write a book, you write another book, you write another book, you write another book. And every time you write, your writing gets better, more clinical in the way you do things. And it might not be until your 20th book before you get published or whatever. But you fine tune and you become better and better. It's like painting, decorating, you know, anything. The very first thing you did will be a pile of plop. And after that, it just gets better. When you say problems of inserting, do you mean Elementor? What do you mean with XAMPP? So one of our clients has gone from SiteGround to GoDaddy. And GoDaddy says, yeah, if you pay for it, we'll do a proper migration. So they did that, but GoDaddy did not check the images. This person has got loads of images because it's a directory website. All of the images in the media library are blank. The logo, everything. And he goes, oh, they should have checked that. And I'm like, I hate to say it, but I only went out onto your website out of courtesy. Why didn't you notice it? You know, I just think, you know, if I knew someone was doing something for me, I'd be checking. Right, when's it loaded? What's it look like? And if they said, yeah, it's done, it's all fine, I wouldn't believe that until I'm actually checking it. Oh, you mean column? Do you mean intersections, Gerald? Sorry if you can hear my crunching noise, by the way. I'm really sorry. And I really do recommend you watch this video, Gerald, okay? What you need to do is watch this video, because I think it will help you a lot. Where's the video? Where's the video? Let me get the video. Yeah, here you go. It's this video. You need to watch this video, okay? Right. So you want to know about intersections, right? Just confirm that. You want to know about... So this is the video for you for sections and columns. My tips. If you want to know about inner sections, you need to watch this video. Let me get it for you. Here we go. Right, it's this video. Right, here we go. So, whoops, let me write it down here. Inner sections. And inner sections within inner sections. Sections. This isn't always advised though, because it will affect your page speed score. Alright, this isn't always advised, alright, but look, if you want to do it, that's how you do it. Okay. Got about 80 images to convert into bulk resize photos. Let's put it through its paces. Can bulk resize photos handle 80 photos in one go? I think it can. We've been streaming for 1 hour 27. I think I'm only going to be streaming today until about... I might be streaming for another hour and a half, maybe. Maybe. I might do a super 12-hour stream one day. YouTube does not allow you to do more than 12 hours. And I might do a super 12-hour stream one day. One day. If I can be asked to do it. Because that would seriously take a lot of time, wouldn't it? "12 hours of me." So I'm literally putting in over 80 images into bulk size rephotos.com to convert them into a WebP format. Can it handle 80 images? 80 images in, well, it's actually just over 80 in one go. Actually, I don't know if it is 80. I'm guessing it's 80. It might be more. It's knocked it down from 25 meg to 15 meg. I was hoping it would do more. I was hoping it would do a bigger hit. Some of the WebP images are still... it's okay. It's actually okay, actually, when I look at the quality and size of the image. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. That's all right. Hey, Jason. Can't do 24 hours, Carapace. Can't do that. You're only allowed to stream for 12. You could do 12 hours, have a break, and then do another 12. But I ain't doing 24 hours. A long time ago, I think it's about 11 years ago, I did like a 12-hour stint on Twitter. And that was quite fun, actually. It was quite fun, that. Back then, I wasn't doing as much web design. I was doing more creative writing. But yeah, 12 hours. I think people would get sick of 12 hours of me. Photographer, journalist, hey, exciting. Right, I better just make sure our website is okay in terms of some updates I've got to add to that in terms of content. Sometimes I forget what we've got on and what we haven't got on. Sometimes it gets a bit tricky to keep track, so I've got to make sure I've not missed anything out. I swear, the sky's getting a bit cloudier now on that side, but it's still clear here. It's still quite nice. And there's no wind. I mean, I'm looking right now. Even the grass right down there's no wind at all. No wind. It's all okay. It's all okay. Cold in Bavaria. How cold is it? Are we going into the minus degrees now? Yeah, yesterday wasn't too bad. Yesterday wasn't bad, but today it's like Oh, hold on. I can see in the distance things are getting windier now. That's really funny. It's cloudy skies there. And I can see some distant trees. They're now starting to sway. You get here, it's clear blue. I tell you what was really funny. Last week, it was raining. And me and my son literally stood in our lounge looking out the window. And it was hilarious. Because this side of the garden was raining. This side of the garden, there was no rain. It was hilarious. We could literally see almost like a divide line between almost like this. It was like everything was slightly tinted a tiny bit and it was rain. And over here, it was clearer and no rain. And me and him were like this going, this is so weird. And we kept, and it took ages before this bit started raining. We kept going, oh my God, at what point does it cross over? Should we run out and see if we'll get caught? And he wanted to, and I went, no, you're not. $2°C. Yeah, it's cold, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's quite a warm day, isn't it, Jimmy? Warm day. Right, let's check the updates here. So the only... Oh, do you know what I forgot? I forgot to get rid of that. So, the 2022 theme that's got added into our website. I don't like it when that's one thing I don't like about WordPress, right? You get rid of all the other themes. I've just got hello, and then when 2022 comes out, they shove it on. When 2023 comes out, they'll shove it on. They shouldn't do that. I don't think they should do that. I know it doesn't affect you, but they shouldn't do that. I didn't give them permission to just add in a theme because they created a new one. You shouldn't do that. There'll be people out there that don't. Ex-drummer Herman Rebel plays with The Wind of Change. I've never heard that. I'll play that later. I might have heard it. Or I might recognise it. But there'll be some people out there that have not deleted their themes. So they might have 2018, 2019, 2020, you know. And even though you're not using it, it is in your WordPress content library. And I say you don't want it there. We do not want it. Okay. It was 86 images. Just an account. It was 86 images. And bulkresizePhotos.com, I shoved them all in one go. Handled them. Not like TinyPNG or ConvertJPEG.com, all of those websites. You have to do them in batches of 20, which really annoyed me when you did that. You had to make sure you knew which 20 you had done, so pick the next 20 and you got to make sure you don't overlap. But bulkresizePhotos.com can handle so much in one go. That's super good. I don't think it gets the recognition it should because it's free. It's free. No, I don't want to do that. What's this one? Was that for sharing? I can't remember now. I've got some files and I can't remember if I meant to... Did I load that up or not? I can't remember now. Were we going to do something? You know when you have a doubt over if you meant to load something or not? Let's just take it anyway and I'll check. Okay, got that one. What about this one? I'm a bit unsure now. You start to like question over was something else meant to be added here? Was there something else that was meant to be added here or not? You start doubting yourself. Alright, I'll send someone an image and ask them can they double check. Yeah, go for it, Gerald, right? Watch them, study them. Trust them because that approach is the approach I do whenever I build a website or a section. Just because I do that does not mean that's how you should do it. But it could save you a lot of hassle later. Trust me. It could save you a lot of hassle. Believe me. In fact, it will save you hassle. I can tell you now. When you get to the end of your website and then you go, oh, the responsiveness for mobile, got to do that. Oh, my SEO, got to do that. Oh, my page speed insights, got to do that. If you methodically do your sections one at a time and work through it methodically, you will be good. Because you're doing it at the same time. It's efficient. You don't lose a day or two redoing it. And when you've done a 10-page website, oh my God, and you got to redo every page. I want to say it's a pain, but it's more than just a pain, I'll tell you that. It's a big kick in the nuts. Or anywhere else. All right, take care, Jimmy, all right. Take care, friend. Good to have you here again. Tomorrow's always a bit of a weird day because it's just me and my son on Sunday. So Sundays is always a bit of a tricky day. But maybe more towards the evening. I don't know. Take care. See you, Jimmy. I think Jason's going on as well. I'm not sure if Jason's going or not. But if you're going too, Jason, you take care as well. Good to have you all back. The regulars, I call it. The regulars. I swear it does not feel like Saturday. It feels like any other day of the week to me right now. It does not feel like Saturday at all. Does not feel like Saturday at all. It's a weird, weird feeling. I'll tell you that. It is a weird feeling. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Oh, woman, oh, woman, oh, woman. Oh, saying bye in response. The thing is, though, Gerald, professional help is not a bad thing, okay? And you have to weigh up what do you need help with and how much help do you need, yeah? But hey, we're here. We're here to help. We do charge as well, but, you know, if you get really stuck, do reach out. 9:30 today, which was nice. I was fighting with my website. Oh, man, fighting. Problems? Big problems? I had a line as well. I actually got up at 9:15. Wife got up early with my son, and they always whinge at me, oh, you're having another line. And I'm like, I have to always remind her that I was up until 1 a.m. as well on my phone. And when I'm on my phone, I'm not just there looking at Star Wars and Marvel and whatever. I'm actually doing work, and I'm having to research websites, coding or something, or find a new solution, or I'm reading up about plugins and stuff. It's all research, because when you're in bed, I feel more relaxed about looking at plugins and stuff, whereas when I'm at my desk, I feel like I've got to be doing more stuff, more hands-on, designing something, sorting something out. Whereas if I'm just reading about a plugin or something new or a development or whatever, that I just do in my leisurely time kind of thing. It's like, it's like I was saying earlier, once I'm up, get ready and all that, and then I'll nip out to do the shopping so she doesn't have to and whatever. And then she's like, is Saturday another work day for you? And I'm like, yeah. The digital world does not stop at Friday 4 p.m. And if something needs to be sorted or done, you can make a decision over, are you going to do it now and get it done, or are you just going to wait till Monday? And then you'll have a load more messages and emails and palaver and stuff to deal with. So, yeah. What is important to you? And I'm not saying you ignore your family or stuff. I don't. We do stuff. We whatever. But I do. If I know there is stuff to do, I really do like to get my stuff done. I really do like to get my stuff done. Because believe me, it makes a difference. It can make a huge difference as to productivity and having to pick up stuff later on. Because like right now, I've got 6 messages come through on Facebook. I better check them out. Got to check them out, because if I don't check them out, it builds up. It builds up. Just got to send this email to someone just to say, can they just double check this? Do 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 dun 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 dun. You know what I mean, don't you, Jason? It's like the stuff I'm doing now. I'm doing it in my leisurely pace because I'm talking on the live chat. But it's I've sorted out 4 things here, and I've been doing about 5 or 6 direct messages with people. I've sorted them out, whatever. These things, if you don't do them, it just spirals out of control. And so many people do say to me, oh, you got to take a break, you got to take a break. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not picking up 40 messages the next day. I am. And that is the negative side to social media. And that is why a lot of companies employ social media managers. I won't, though, because I have my style and way of responding and dealing with things. I don't want to employ someone to handle that for me. I feel like if someone sends a message to me, it should be me replying, not someone else. The page will be as long as the page needs to be, Gerald. Home pages don't have to be really long. You can get away with a small one. But it's all about, what are you trying to say? What is your sitemap? What is your wireframe? You know, are you going to talk about what you do, who you are, what are your services, what are your prices, testimonials? Is that all going to be on the home page? And then you go into loads more detail on the other pages? Or do you put the about me and all that on a separate page, your testimonials on a separate page? You have a team. It's not just you. There's 4 of you. Put it on that page or on another page. I could say to you that on your home page, you might have an image of all 4 of you together, but the individual images of each member and what their title is and what they do and what they like doing in their spare time, that could go on another page. So you've told people that you're an agency or you've got a team, but the details are here. You could give them a snippet of the services. You know, we do da-da-da-da-da, but they go to another page to get the full breakdown of the features or the services or the cost. What's the cost per month? What's the cost annually? It's a bit like a shop. On the shop, you might have your top 3 or 6 items, you know, on a slide or whatever, or just a grid of 6 items. But the shop page with 100 items is another page. So your content will be as long as it needs to be to lure them in. And it's like saying, if you go fishing, are you going to put the biggest maggot or worm in there? Or are you just going to put what you need to put in to get what you want? What are you trying to achieve? Right? So think of it like that. Think of it like that. What are you trying to attract? You go to shop, shopping mall, whatever. There's 2 shops. They got their windows, they got their logos, they're showing off their clothes. Are you going to go into the shop that is really busy, or are you going to go to a shop that just showed you, this is what we got? And they might have just one mannequin or dummy or whatever wearing a particular type of suit. You might go there because they've lured you in with just what you needed to get you in. Whereas this shop has got suit, trainers, it's got the works. But is it showing you too much? And what you would have rather preferred is I go here. Oh, look, they got suit. Oh, they got a section for shoes. Oh, I might look at the shoes as well. Oh, they got a section for ties. Oh, I'll have a look at that as well. You pick where you go, but your page will be as expansive or compacted for what you're trying to achieve. And you can get away with a page which is just a hero banner with a headline, whatever, and then you got, you know, see more or whatever, and it takes them deeper or whatever. You can get away with that if it's enough to pull them in. Hey, Osama. Optimization of WooCommerce website when there are a lot of products and a lot of images. You just have to go through the same drill. WebP for your images. Make sure the images are the right size. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Make sure your single product page, your template, or your shop page, make sure that's not too busy. You haven't got too many widgets. And you just go through the drill. Is the page speed insight as important? I'm going to say a little bit of a 50-50. As long as it's not slow, it's okay. Because if someone's clicked to go to your shop, if it takes a second or two, it's all right, I think. But your SEO in terms of rank math for your products would matter. So for your individual products, okay, make sure you've done like the keywords and anything else you need to do. Make sure you do that just to help yourself out, because then there's a higher chance it will get found on Google. If someone types in Elementor course, there's a higher chance you might crop up. There's no guarantee that you'll crop up. Never believe anyone that says you're guaranteed. No, they're lying. There's no such thing as guaranteed like that. However, there's a higher chance you would crop up. This is a screwdriver, by the way, because I was fixing a plug yesterday. I had to get a new extension lead for all my plugs down here because it stopped working. But this is a screwdriver. In case anyone's wondering, what's he doing? What is he up to? What the hell's this? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. I hope that answers your question, Usama, and Gerald as well. I hope that helped you. Let me know if not. Let me know if not. Let me know if it's just left you confused or worried. Don't be worried. Don't be worried. Right, let me just check this out. Dun 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 dun. Yes, that's what you gotta do. Don't worry, Gerald, it takes time, okay? It takes time. And the more you experiment and play around and revisit as well what you've done. So you have a page where you've got your sections and whatever, okay, and you do what you think is right, okay, you just do, what you think is right, and then you just come back and re-explore it. That's what you got to do, because the very first time it might look good. It's like when you write a book or write a letter or you draft an email. How many times do you send it, and the next day when you read back what you wrote, you go, that was the wrong tone. I said too much. I said too little. I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have, you think it when you come back to revisit something you produced. It's all about, could I have done it differently? And that's all. But you will work out your method. You will work out your way. You will work out what works. How come the cloud review has only been watched 184 times? How come the cloud review has not been watched that many times? Like, what? Do you know what? I can't remember now because I use Elementor Pro. Is the testimonial carousel only available in Elementor Pro? It's not in Elementor Free, is it? It's in Elementor Pro, isn't it? Because someone is saying to me, I've done a video about testimonial carousel. And they're saying, but that's not free. That's why you need to get Elementor Pro. You can either use a plugin or you can get it within the system. You know, it's like, you know, I don't get it. You know, when people come back to me and they go, thanks, Jason. You know, it's when people come back to me and go, oh, but it's not free. I've got to get Elementor Pro. I sort of go, if you're not, I know it costs money. Do not get me wrong. But if you're not prepared to invest $49, wherever you are in the world, to save up or whatever, and invest $49 to get Elementor Pro, and you're not, that then means you're not recommending it to your clients as well then. If you're not recommending it to your clients, that means you're using lots of free plugins. Therefore, you are opening up your website and their website to incompatibility and plugin issues. That's not good. You wouldn't like it if a car mechanic, they built a car, and let's say a BMW, and rather than using BMW engine and BMW wheels and whatever, radio and electronics, they gave you the BMW car and they made the seats and the wheels look like it, but actually it was a bit of Audi, a bit of Vauxhall, a bit of Volkswagen, a bit of this, a bit of that. You wouldn't like it. And for me, if you're going to give them a good website and your intention is to use Elementor, you need to give them and use and invest in Elementor Pro. Not... Look, if you use Elementor Pro and then you use an add-on, I understand if you feel that's what you wanted to do. But if your intention is Elementor Free and you're not going to get Pro and then you're going to use add-ons, get ready for a world of pain when you have issues. Because you will have issues. Alright, yeah, I get you, Usama. Yeah, AliExpress. And that's the trouble, you see, Usama. When you import your images and your content from elsewhere, you're screwed. Because I bet you they have not scaled or WebP'd or whatever. The content, whatever, right? They won't have done that. And you just got to swallow it. You just got to go, you know what? I can't control everything. This is my solution. The solution works for me. I could make money from this or whatever. You just got to go with it. And if the client goes, my page speed is a bit crap, you have no control over what you're pulling in like that. So, unless you're doing it a manual import where you do have control, you just have to go, can't do anything about it. What kind of hobbies do I have, Chingy? All right, Star Wars. I love my Star Wars, right? I love my Marvel, all right, my Marvel movies. I like to watch good comedy shows. I like to Netflix. I love, Netflix has a lot of shows. Sky movies, whatever. They have good shows. Gardening. I don't do as much gardening because my back always hurts whenever I've done a lot of gardening. Spending time with my son, but a lot of my hobbies now tend to be kind of just what can I fit in around the job and the stuff I do here, really. But I used to do a lot of digital art, a lot of drawing, a lot of creative writing as well. I used to do a lot of creative writing. In fact, I'll show you my creative writing. But yeah, I used to do a lot of creative writing, which I don't do much anymore. No, I don't. I don't watch Silicon Valley. Never got around to it. Honestly, I never got around to it. And sometimes I'm playing catch up on a lot of shows that I've been meaning to start and watch, and I just haven't. Like, I started watching Cobra Kai for the first time about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and devoured that, you know. Watched Squid Games for the first time in January, devoured, you know. So I play a lot of catch up on. Sometimes I don't mind when the show's been running for like 2 or 3 seasons. Like Space Force with Steve Carell. I loved The American Office. Loved it. And Steve Carell, he's a real funny guy. And I've been meaning to watch Space Force on Netflix, but never got round to it. And then I started watching it. Season 1, halfway through Season 2. It's a really good show. And when you're able to watch stuff where, like, keep that in mind, Jason, about Silicon Valley. But when, like, when you have, like, you know, 2 or 3 seasons where you can just watch one after another, I love that. I seriously love that, because you can just rattle through. Boom, 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 boom. It's like The Kingdom on Netflix, which is set in, I think it's set in China. Is it China or Japan? Oh, I'm going to get this wrong, so I'm sorry if I get this wrong. But anyway, Eastern Asia, and zombies, but the way they do it's really, really good. And I had season 1 and season 2 to watch straight after one another. It's super good. And the spin-off for The Kingdom, that was good. Was it Asana? Something like that. The Witch of the North, or something like that. That was good. But yeah, whenever I, you know, there are some really good shows, and it's so good to be able to just watch them. But I tell you what, I was not prepared for a League of Legends. And I know a lot of people that have not watched a League of Legends. Like, oh, it's just a cartoon. It is more than just a cartoon. It has one of the most exhilarating stories and plots and unpredictability to it, where you think you know where it's going and it just goes like this. It diverts somewhere else. Whoa, that's so good. So good. So good. Amazing. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I might quickly nip down for about 40 seconds just to go grab a can, because this has now been open since about 10 o'clock. I think this has been open, so it's been open for nearly 3 hours, and it's losing its momentum. Yeah, it's definitely lost its momentum now. Right, I'll be back in 1 minute. Just going to go grab a can of Pepsi Max. We're back with a super cold can. We're back. Are you ready? Are you ready, everyone? Put your speakers on full blast. All right, put your speakers on full blast. Here we go. Can you hear that fizz? The bubbles? Can you hear that? Super cool. Right. Just shut the door, because my wife might walk by. And she'll say, "Who are you talking to?" And I'm talking to my wonderful audience. So yeah, plan to do a video soon on WordPress security. I'm just trying to test out a few solutions. But I think in the last week or so, I've been putting out more educational videos rather than just purely Elementor. How to get clients, rank math, the steps you want to take when you're building a website, Elementor Cloud as well to an extent. And I think they're definitely geared towards helping you kind of like, get a better understanding of what you're doing. And not to make the kind of mistakes that some of us have made in the past as well. I'm still surprised that the Elementor Cloud video has been watched 190 times. It just feels a bit surreal. I was expecting that video to explode, like, boom. Because if people aren't watching it, then I'm a bit like, why do I want to start trying to negotiate to get some free Elementor Cloud licenses for a year to do a competition for people? What's the point? 190 is still good, but it's just 190. I was expecting that to hit like thousands of viewers. Just makes you go, well, okay, maybe people have had enough. I always like to double check the stats on YouTube every now and again. Every day, what's the viewership like? What's the number of hours it's watched? Not number of hours it's watched. Yeah, number of hours. How many subscribers are we getting? We seem to average around the 20 subscribers per day, which isn't bad. Sometimes it dips to like 15, 16. Sometimes we have the odd day where it's like close to 30 or just over. But we average about 20 a day, which isn't bad, because when we first started off, in the first 2 or 3 months, we were just about averaging 10 a day. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. In 9 months, we've gone from about, the first 3 to 4 months was about 10 a day. We've now gone to about 20 a day. In fact, I'm going to say it's about more like 22, 23 a day, actually. You know, when I look at the range, about 22, 23 a day. That's good. But come June, which will make it officially 12 months, or the end of May, that'll be 12 months we've been doing the Web Squadron YouTube channel. I would love it if we can get to about 35 or 40 a day. In fact, I would like to have 50 a day, you know, because we're still waiting for that exponential growth moment. And there's loads of videos out there that say, you know, yeah, all it takes is one video and boom. And there are ways that I think I could make that happen, but I think I would alienate people as well. I could be really brash with something I say in the live chats about Elementor or WordPress, or something that really disrupts, something that just throws one out there. Can you imagine if I did a video where I called out all of the other influencers? Can you imagine that? I call them all out one by one and I say, this is what I like about you and this is what I don't like. This is what I would love you to change. Can you imagine me doing that? The trouble is, though, the minute you do that, you've now left yourself open because all of their subscribers will jump on you. And then you might lose subscribers. You might gain subscribers. Disrupt the market is always the best way to gain coverage. But it's also the best way to get a heap of pain. Because when you throw something that makes you stand out, competition do not like that. And they will do everything they can to either undermine, criticize, kick ass, or curb what you're doing. So I would love to do a video where I call out a lot of other influencers in terms of the advice they give about WordPress, Elementor, or what they're doing. But if I did that, I'm entering a world of pain, so I got to be careful. You know, so one very well-known influencer is now planning to do a video about Divi. A massive video about Divi. I got nothing against Divi, but they do loads of videos about Elementor, and then they jump to Divi. Make your mind up. People have subscribed to you maybe because you originally were doing Elementor videos, and now you're going to do Divi. You're confusing them because they'll be like, oh, should I use Divi instead then? Is that where we're going now? Draw a line in the sand about where your camp is and stick to it. Don't lead people on. People just get confused. I get confused all the time with some of the stuff, you know, that comes out. It's like why are you now suddenly jumping to Divi? Why would you do that? And then I go, oh, is that because they're paying you a little bit of commission if you put a link in? Maybe? Because a very big company did offer to pay me to do videos. And I investigated what the plugins were. Everyone knows the plugin. Loads of people use it. And after nearly half a day, I was like, I don't think any amount of money you pay me is going to make it worth it, because it's not easy to use. And I have to spend time to interpret, learn, record a video and convince the viewer this is really good, it's worth paying for. I can't do that. I'm not going to mislead my audience and make them think this is so super easy, because there's going to be people out there who are not technically minded and you want me to promote this. And I am very technical minded and I am struggling. Can't do it. And they understood, they understood my honesty. I'm really sorry, I can't. This is just, sorry, no, it just doesn't work like that. I have to be convinced, and if I'm not convinced, I am not going to lead my audience down a rotten garden path where they're going to go, but you said this does this. What did you mean? And I go, actually, I don't know. I think it does that. Chingy, this is for you, Chingy, right now, okay? I want you to just lean forward so I can just hit you in the eye with this, okay? Right. So, I would recommend you watch the original Star Wars, okay? Episode 4, A New Hope. The original Star Wars, filmed in 77, I think it came out. Watch the original Star Wars, okay? But then again, when you compare that movie to some of the stuff you see now, I can understand why you might not like it. I can understand that, because if I saw it now for the very first time, I think I would still like it, but I think I would also compare it to other science fiction movies and stuff out there, and I'd be like, nah, you know. So I think if you're not of that generation, it's a little bit understandable. But there's so much other new stuff. The Mandalorian. If you've got the Disney Channel, you need to watch The Mandalorian, okay? That is good. The Mandalorian, watch it, okay? The Book of Boba Fett, not so good. Only the bits when the Mandalorian are in it is it actually good. But have a think. Go and watch The Mandalorian if you can. That's 2 seasons. There's enough there to keep you busy for the next 3 or 4 days. Go and watch it. Got to do some mathematics now. Divided by 6. Where's my calculator? Here it is. 580. 24. 24. Yeah, it's alright, I suppose. Flying high, and then the average is... I'm just doing some analytics here on some stats. So the average of that is going to be... I think it's where I said it would be. So 15 plus 2, 7.5 is 22.5. It's about 20. Yeah, that's about right, actually. Just doing some crude mathematical analysis, because that's what I'm good at. I wanna live in America. I wanna live in America. Na 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 neon America. Do 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 America. I wanna live in America. Boom. I wanna live in America. Boo boo. Na 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 na. Do 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 do. Do 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 But yeah, definitely a show I recommend. If you've not watched Mandalorian, I definitely recommend it. Hey Mickey, yes I'm fine. You're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey. Right, okay. I'm probably going to close off this chat in about 8 minutes. What are my plans for this year? To grow our mastery membership. Because to create a community for mentoring and coaching, to double our income from web design for this year, to become more recognized as an expert, hopefully attend virtually if I have to conferences or hold talks or webinars, and to grow our YouTube channel. I mean, we're only at, what are we at? 4,100 whatever subscribers. We're still small. I want to get to Christmas with at least 10,000 subscriptions by Christmas time. We can do it. We've got to do it. That's the minimum. But I also want us to be that whenever we pump out videos, we're getting 1,000-2,000 hits each time we get out a video. I've released a video on Elementor Cloud. It's under 200 views. It's been out for 17 hours. Not even 200 views. That is poor. That's really poor, in my opinion. So we need to be getting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 views within the first 24 hours. More subscriptions, more people wanting to engage and learn and work with us. Because I'm sorry, but I think there is not that many 100% Elementor focused YouTube influencers out there anymore. I think too many of just, they go wherever they want. Yeah, no problems, Jason. You need to go solve some problems. I understand. Same here. I need to sort some stuff out. And one of my clients that's gone, hey, Ramsey, one of my clients who was going to leave anyway, because we always said they were only going to be with us for a year. They're going from SiteGround to GoDaddy. And they've migrated their site over, but none of their images have gone over. And they're going, what do I do? What do I do? Help me. And it's like, you chose to migrate. You chose to use their migration process, whatever. So I've luckily got a backup, and I'm going to load a backup, but I'm a little bit worried that what if when I load the backup, it screws their website? And it's a bit like, the best thing I can do is reset your website and then load it all back in from scratch. But there's a risk attached to that, isn't there? Yeah, I know, the thumbnails. The thumbnails is always a weird one, really. The titles. The titles and the thumbnail, that's always a weird one. But to be honest, it's like... so we are going to shorten those down as well in the thumbnail arts. Make them a bit more clearer in terms of what we're showing on there. I might even take my picture off so people don't see it's me. But then again, sometimes, if they know it's me, they might either be more likely to watch or not likely to watch. I don't know. Maybe they will or not. And that's what we're going to test out a bit more anyway. So we're probably going to stop this in about 2 minutes now. We've been live for 2 hours 26. It is Saturday. I need to just sort out this one person's website, and then I'm probably going to take it easy for the rest of the Saturday, because I feel like in the morning I've done enough updates, checks, engaged, double checked a few other things on the website, so I could take it a little bit easier. So Ramsey says, can I make my product page look better? For some reason it doesn't show my header footer. What page layout have you got? Have you picked... You need to be on either default or Elementor full width. What is your page layout? Are you on Elementor Canvas? What's your page layout? And what is your theme? Are you using Hello? And what is your page layout? Are you on default, Elementor Canvas, or Elementor full width? What is your page layout? Because that's important. That makes a difference. As to what you are. What you are. Astra. Okay, so you're using Astra, but what is your page layout? What is your page layout? Are you on Elementor Canvas, Elementor full width, or default? What are you on? What are you on? I might go have a shower as well. I feel like I could do with a shower. And then I'm going to relax later on. So what's your page layout? So when you go to your single product page, right? If you go to settings in the bottom left corner, the cog, when you click that, what does it say is your page layout? Astra, in my opinion, is overrated for what it does. Get lost. Someone just making a point. So someone has just said to me, oh, horizontal scrolling means when you scroll with your wheel. No, scrolling means when you're moving up, down, left or right with or without interaction. It does not mean the mouse wheel. Since when did scrolling mean the mouse wheel? It's not just the mouse wheel. I'm sorry, but it's like, you know, horizontal scrolling means you do it with the mouse wheel. What? Who else thinks that? Horizontal scrolling is the mouse wheel. No, it's not. It's not just the mouse wheel. I mean, by the way, Daryl, if you think some of the titles could be improved, you know, please do let me know. I don't mind. You know, put it as a comment. So if there's any videos I've got and you think a better title would have worked better, please do stick it in as a reply. Just let me know. I don't mind. I always take things on board. So if you think there is a better title for any of the videos, just do it. Okay, just do it. Take care, Jason. You have a good day. All right. Hope you get your problems sorted out. In fact, I need to be ending now. I've actually run over the time I said I would. So I'm going to close off now as well. Everyone, anyone who's joining, really sorry, but we've been live for 2 hours, 32 minutes, and I'm about to close off now. I will be back. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. But take care, and I'll see you all soon. Right, it's been really, really good. So sorry if anyone's just joined in, but I'm now dropping off because I've got to focus on some other stuff. But take care, and I'll catch up with you all later. And don't forget, video, go watch our videos. Elementor Cloud, what you should do before you build with Elementor as well. Please, please, please watch that, okay? Take care and I'll see you all soon.